Hi, this is Mary Eve for the Purdue Harrison County Extension Office, and we are here today to make another gift for Mother's Day. This is just a pretty picture of flowers, and they are made with cups for your cupcakes or mini cupcakes, and then I also have ones that hold candies. So we will make these, and if you don't have these at home, we're going to do an alternative picture. So today's the materials that you need: paper. If you don't have colored paper, that's fine. You can start out with white, or you can color your paper with crayons. If you're going to be coloring your papers and you don't have glitter glue or construction paper, you can use paint, crayons, markers. I do have some glitter glue. And then these are all my papers for my cupcakes: scissors, a pencil. If we're going to make an alternative, if you don't have the cupcake holders, then you will need something to make circles with, along with other colored paper. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to take my largest cupcake holder papers first, and these usually come in a variety of colors, and it doesn't matter really where you put these or what colors you use. It's all up to you. So I'm starting with the larger ones for larger flowers. If you like, you can make a sun up here with a yellow, but I'm going to stick to flowers today. Then this size is for mini cupcakes. Again, this comes in different colors, and I'm going to use a different color in each of these. And then I'm going to make a couple of smaller flowers to go in my picture. Then these itty bitty ones are for if you make candies at home. These are very small, so these will be the centers of all of the flowers. So far that looks pretty easy. Now I'm not going to glue these down yet in case I need to move something, or as I'm making my stems and other leaves on here, I may want to rearrange it. So to make the stems, it's very simple. Just going to take our scissors and cut a curve in the paper. And then to make the stem or leaf, you start kind of thick at the bottom and then make it thinner at the top. And you have an easy leaf or like a blade of grass. And to make the stem for the longer flower, I'm just going to stay on the same curve and just extend it a little further. And you can make as many stems or leaves as you like. And if you don't have green paper, it's okay to use your green markers. I like to take my markers and experiment first to see what colors they actually are, because that really doesn't look too much like the lid on the marker. And you might decide, oh, I like this color. And then all you really have to do is make a curve. And that's not a very straight curve, but we can fix that. And then just make it a little thicker and color it in. And you see, you can't really tell that I messed up on that first one. And it kind of looks like the ones that we cut out. So like I say, you don't have to have all the same materials that I have. You can experiment and try out new materials. So then all I did was cut a batch of these to put at the bottom. And we're just going to make a partial picture since you've already seen the finished one here. And you can put as many as you like, as many stems as you like. And all I did was take the glue stick and move one cup and attach the largest cup first. Pour more glue inside this cup. Put in the next cup. Yep, not quite straight. And then put in the last cup. And this picture here, we used glitter glue on the inside of the flowers. And I was fortunate enough to get nice big bottles of glitter glue. And I'm going to keep my paper over here to make sure that I have glitter coming out, not just glue. And then I'm going to fill the bottom, just the bottom, not the whole cup. And this stuff's going to stay wet for about a day, so you may want to get this done a little early. If you don't have glitter glue, you can use your markers. Let me glue this one down. Better glue the stem. And the paper is good also for when you're gluing the stems so that you don't get glue all over your mom's table. We will glue that down. Glue down one cup. And the next cup. And then you can just use your marker to fill in the bottom or make little swirls. And that turns out very pretty too. And it's more colorful, the markers are, than the glue. So it's whatever you have at home works just fine. Now we have an alternative if you don't have the cups here. So I'm going to move these out of the way. I've just gotten started on this. So as you can see, we're still using the same kind of flowers. This is just 2 round circles, a white circle with a colored circle. And the way to make the petals is to cut your little petals. And I'm going to draw with a pencil on this one so you can see where I'm going to cut on the larger one. So it's just like on a clock. Here's the 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 11. Okay. So if you like, you can have somebody do this on the back side after you've put your center on the front. And then that way your lines will not show. Or if you think you can do it without drawing, that's good too. So I'm going to cut every line just to the center. And then on the petals, I'm only going to do every other one. I'm going to crease into the center. And that makes your pretty little flower. So I already have the purple one done. And then again, you can either add green colored paper or use your magic marker to make more stems and leaves. And if you like, you can draw a sun up there, or if you have some yellow paper, you can add a sun. And of course, somewhere on here you want to write Happy Mother's Day, or you can write it on the back of your card. And make sure to put the date on there so that Mom knows when you made this. And that's all. And happy crafting and have a great day. Stay tuned for a story. Okay, and now it's time for our story. The Very Little Girl by Phyllis Kravislowski. Once there was a little girl who was very, very, very little. She was smaller than a rose bush. She was smaller than a kitchen stool. She was smaller than her mother's work basket. She couldn't see over the garden fence. She couldn't see the face on the grandfather clock. She couldn't even reach a door handle. She had to have a special little chair to sit on, and a special little table to eat on, and a special little bed to sleep on. She was smaller than the other little girls she played with. She was smaller than anyone on her street. But one day, she could reach the fishbowl. She could lift up her cat. She was bigger than her dog and bigger than a footstool. Every day after that, she found more things which were smaller than she. The very little girl began to grow bigger. She grew bigger than the rose bush, and bigger than the kitchen stool, and bigger than her mother's work basket. She could see over the garden fence. She could see the face on the grandfather clock. She could even reach a door handle and open a door. She grew too big for her special little chair and her special little table and her special little bed. Now she ate at the big table with her mother and daddy, and she had a big new bed. She was no longer a very little girl. She was the same size as the other girls she played with. She didn't have to stand on tiptoe anymore. Now she was big enough to be a big sister to her brand new baby brother, who was very, very, very little. The end.